I know that sometimes a lot of this movement, this pelvis movement, the rib cage movement, the neck movement, and the eyes and the teeth and all that seems very abstract. And it's hard to put it into perspective. Like, why do you need all this stuff? And the answer is so you can live. So I'm just going to show you a picture. But I want you to try to remove yourself from a purely biomechanical perspective. Don't think too much about a hip shift. Don't think too much about internal rotation of the ribs and a perfect exhalation and the serratus anterior and reaching and all that. All right, forget about the biomechanical part. Just think about moving to your left and doing something without compensation. So you're going to see this picture of me, and here I am. I'm on the rocks. I am in the Palisades on the New Jersey border, or on the New Jersey-New York state border, and on the New Jersey side of the Hudson River. So these high cliffs that overlook the Hudson River. And actually, it was the path of George Washington's exit from New York City after the British drove us out in the early days of the Revolution. Actually, a quick historical tidbit, I'm pretty sure that New Jersey had more revolutionary battles than any other state. So New Jersey got plenty of history if you ever want to come visit. At any rate, here I am on the cliffs. They're really the rocks. I mean, you're high up, and you would get hurt if you fell. But either way, you're going to see it's labeled. I'm on my left leg. I am taking care of my left peripheral space. I'm aware of the left side. My hand is touching the rocks on the left. My left foot is on the ground. My left knee, or on the rock, my left knee is bent. That is a PRI technique. That is a 90-90 with right sartorius and rectus femoris. That is a left side lying flexed left hip with a right extended, mostly, hip. It's kind of bent, but just think of it with a right straight leg and abduction. That is, what else could I call it? I could call it anything because it's all the same stuff. PRI is trying to get you to do that. I'm on my left leg. I am shifted into my left hip as I'm taking a step and stabilizing my body with the rock so that I don't have to compensate to do it. If you can't shift into your left hip, left AFIR, if you can't get your left ZOA, which means you can't exhale and get your ribs down on the left, I'm not actively doing that as I'm traveling on these rocks. The PRI techniques train my brain to accept this new position as the default position when I'm on my left leg. People who are patterned, they can't do that. They'll put their weight on their left leg. They can't side bend their torso to the left, and they can't shift their left hip backwards. So what do they have to do? They have to arch their back. And once they're arching their back, their pelvis will not go to the left completely. It'll stay in the center or even shifted to the right, which is the left AIC pattern. They will arch their lower back, which will be the right BC pattern, because an arched lower back on the left, you can just think of it as part of the right BC pattern, because that's it. The right BC pattern will involve a lower back on the left that is arched. Your neck on the right side will probably turn on to try to help stabilize your body and move your torso. Or it may turn on to help stabilize your head and your neck because you can't ground yourself appropriately through the left side. So it doesn't want to let you go to the left where it's fearing that you may fall. So all of these things I talk about on this website, on this YouTube channel, and everything that Postural Restoration is doing is to allow you to do what I'm doing in this picture. That's it. And I spent 5 hours walking in the Palisades yesterday, and it was at least 2 hours on this type of terrain, and I have no pain today. I could not have done this in my 20s and early 30s. I really couldn't have. I would have been in intense amounts of pain. Now I can. Why? Because I was able to navigate these rocks without compensation. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised. I figured that I would be sore today, and I really, really was not at all. I feel great. And then that right shoulder extension, where you see the right arm is back, that's what has to occur as your torso rotates to the right. If it can't move back as your torso rotates to the right, so your upper torso, you can't get air into this right side, and your neck is going to turn on again. So all of this stuff, that is a PRI technique. That is your 90-90. That is your left side lying position. That is your hands and knees position. That is your upright position. That is your wall supported reaching position. That is everything that you're trying to accomplish so you can live life just like I'm living it in this picture at 43 years of age, which, I mean, it's not that old in the grand scheme of things, but I felt 43 when I was 21. No, I would say I felt 60 when I was 21. And now I actually feel probably less than 43, but because everyone knows once you hit 40, it goes downhill. Slightly true, but not completely. So the point is, you can move and do all these activities within, I'm sure everyone has limits to what their brain will accept. That's depending on what your age is and your injury history and everything else. It can happen. I'm not asking myself to do anything crazy. I'm asking my body, my brain, to function as a normal body would. And that's what all these PRI techniques are really getting you to do. And hopefully you can internalize this picture and understand why you're learning to shift into your left hip, why you're learning to get that left COA, why we are so concerned about keeping that right neck relaxed. How am I going to observe the beautiful view of the Hudson River and New York City? Actually, no, it wasn't. It was like more like West Yonkers probably, or Westchester County. It wasn't Westchester. Anyway, the other side of the river. How would I observe all those things if I had to worry about falling? So just thought that would be helpful. Remember, if you find any of these videos interesting or helpful, or you think they could benefit somebody else, please hit the like button. Please share, subscribe, whatever you can do to spread this information. It's really important, and a lot of people are completely unaware that this type of postural restoration exists.